Press well represented on the Alabama squad in this year's Alabama-Mississippi All-Star Classic. Moody head coach Jake Gaines will be an assistant coach for the team, and the roster will feature District 6 players to include Gadsden City defensive back Zion Gibson, Wadley linebacker Jaquez Wilkes, Oxford linebacker Keenan Britt, and Moody defensive end Cam Mallory. That's a pretty good foursome right there coming out of East Alabama that'll be representing Alabama in the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star Classic in Mobile coming up in December. More of After the Game as we roll on a Football Friday night.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
This spring and summer, get it done right with Oxford Lumber, your hometown partner for projects big or small. From refreshing your garden to upgrading your outdoor space, we've got everything you need. Check out our full garden center and gear up on our Stihl showroom, chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Ready to grill? We've got Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone to fire up the fun. Since 1985, Oxford Lumber has been built on tradition and focused on you. Visit us today at any of our 5 locations: Oxford, Roanoke, Talladega, Jacksonville, and Lincoln. Oxford Lumber, where you're treated like family.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Judd Edwards for your personal price plan today.
We stand for Mother Nature, home sweet home. The best you, sunsets with friends, hustle, art that lasts, life's simple pleasures. You know, life has purpose when we stand for something. ATCU is now Emblem, a credit union that stands for excellence and community. But most of all, Emblem Credit Union stands for our members and what's important to them. We stand for you. The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Terry Howell, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Throughout the night, you've seen our Emblem Credit Union bottom line with scores from all across East Alabama. Anytime during the show, you can check out our Credit Union bottom line, Emblem Credit Union bottom line with all the scores from across the state and East Alabama. That'll be right there at the bottom of your screen. And also our Emblem Credit Union Band of the Week. That's still to come. We'll show you tonight's Band of the Week from tonight at a stadium across East Alabama. We'll have that for you coming up. Emblem Credit Union, fantastic folks. Their membership is so easy. Do you live? Do you work? Do you go to school in Calhoun, Cherokee, DeKalb, Etowah, or Marshall counties? It's that simple. If you answered yes to that, any of those questions, you live there, you work there, you go to school there, then you're eligible to join Emblem Credit Union. Go to emblemcu.com to get started. We are back with Chad Barnett back on the set and Coach Michael Short. It's been a wild and crazy night. We've been switching out cheerleaders and cheer sponsors and coaches and assistant coaches. And
I said, you just made it on that last
and Coach was sprinting tonight. He's moving. I haven't seen Coach move that fast in a long time.
Lucky I didn't trip.
He's got Pilates in the morning, so he's got to stay.
Yeah, and I got babysitting in the morning. But I got.
So we talked about some special things already tonight. Steve Smith winning 300 games. Cherokee County 600 games in school history. Tonight, Chad, you were on the hill at Walter Welborn. It's not just the hill anymore. It's Jeff Smith Field at the hill. Welborn appropriately tonight playing Ohatchee. I think that was probably by design because Jeff Smith coached at one time, head coach at Ohatchee as well. But a special night for the official dedication on the hill tonight.
Yeah, not just the significance of having the field dedicated tonight, also a huge playoff game as well, or playoff step 2 towards the playoff. They're 3-1 in region play heading into tonight, but they need as many wins as possible as they close the region play with Piedmont, I think Westbrook Christian. So get all the wins you can now because you got some tough ones coming up down the stretch. So tonight was a critical game for them to pick up a win tonight out on the hill. Jeff Smith Field. Let's go out to the highlights and check this one out. As we go right to the highlights, we're going to start off with the opening kickoff of the second half. Ohatchee kicks it out of bounds and a 5-yard penalty, so they're going to get the ball on the plus side of the 50 to start for Welborn. And this is going to be easy work. Maurice Taylor, 40 yards to the end zone for the touchdown. That was the quickest drive of the night for them, as they said. And this will be a 2-point conversion. Traylor puts it in for 2. They're going to be up 24-7 at this point in control of this game. But Ohatchee did come to play tonight. They played well. Carson Sanders here on the keeper, first down. They got to call him out of bounds, slow it down a little bit. It wasn't that big of a play in the game because they do score on this drive, but they called him out, could have scored. 3rd and goal, big stuff here for Welborn. They're pitting their backs up against the wall, so we got a 4th and goal. Now we go into the 4th quarter, same drive, 4th and goal from the 1, and they're going to connect with this one. Joseph Pompilio with the catch and score. It is going to be a score of 24-14 into the 4th quarter, and they get on one of these long, tough Welborn drives. Amberson with a huge pickup on 3rd down, finding Traylor for the first down, and then Jaheim Kirby is going to take this one 15 yards out. Man, he's been all over the field this year for Welborn. Touchdown for the Panthers. They go up by 3 scores. Amherst is going to keep this for the 2-point conversion, and they're going to be up at this point, I believe, 32-14. RO Supply touchdown T-shirts hit the crowd, and it was a good night on the hill tonight for the Welborn Panthers.
I'm sure there's a lot of emotion there tonight. The announcement had already been made, Chad, about a month or so ago that they were going to do that, but the official ceremony, I guess, tonight, making it official, they were inviting a lot of his former players from Ohatchee and from Hueytown and other schools to come and be a part of that. And then, as you mentioned, it's a rival game with Ohatchee, long-time rivalry, going all the way back to the 1950s, and then a region game and all that. So you kind of hit a sense of the importance tonight of how special this night was out there?
Yeah, I think it was a lot of excitement out there, and I feel like I've been to Welborn just about every week this year. I mean, I'm almost should be wearing a black jersey, I guess now. But no, they obviously have such a proud history out there. Everybody that went there, and then Coach Smith is a vital part of that bloodline out there. So it's really big to have that name on the field for them.
Coach Smith, Coach is one of the good guys in this business, and really proud for him and his family because I know how much that means to him. Oh, yeah. There is nobody that loves Welborn more than Jeff Smith and his family. And to have that name forever, to be on his name, to be on the hill at Walter Welborn, I just can't imagine. He's not a guy that's going to say anything about it, but Coach, you being a coach, you know how special that had to be for Coach Smith tonight.
It has, a lot flowing through my mind. He deserves it, but he'll also be the first one to tell you that there was a lot of other coaches that led him to get to that point. So when it says Jeff Smith Field, if that's exactly how they're going to say it, you could almost put out there little parentheses beside him in the battles and all the people before him that coached there that helped him get to the point where he was at, because he'll be the first to tell you he had no father. He was raised by his mother. He was raised by coaches. That's how he was raised. But you know what's going through my mind right now? is that house sitting up on that hill, Mousy Waldron. That's what I'm thinking of. And I think of Mouse, Mr. Waldron. I always called him Mouse. But I think of Mousy Waldron up there and all the games that he saw. And he watched that little boy grow up. And that's just some of the things going through my mind right now. And my wife was a cheerleader there, was a head cheerleader as a junior and senior back, a long time ago too. So there's a lot of history at Wellborn. I have a lot of history with Wellborn. Played a lot of games out there myself. So Wellborn is a very special place to me. And to have Coach Smith's name put on that field, I mean, I love him. He knows it. We talk about it, and especially for him and his family. Because when you say family, they all work there. Every one of them, not just one or two. The whole family works there. So I don't know if there's any other place in this state, or really in the country, where their whole family works at the school.
It's all Smith and it's all Wellborn out there.
That's right.
And Chad, Coach, the thing about it is, if you look back, Jeff Smith has seen just about everything at Wellborn. He saw them as a little kid in the 70s when they were the big school powerhouse. He played in the 80s when they were a big 5A powerhouse, one of the top programs in the state in 5A. He's seen it when it was down as a 2A school and now as a 3A school. And he's seen the Wellborn go through a lot of changes from big school to small school to medium-sized school now. He's seen kind of all the variations of Wellborn football over the last 50 years or so.
And the love that their fans have for football will never change, no matter if they're 1A, 2A, or 3A, or 7A. The love that Wellborn has for their football team will always be there.
Yeah. Real quick, before we go further, I wanted to do this real quick. This was, of course, this game was on FNN tonight, and everybody's always loving Coach Short. Everywhere we go, people want to say something about Coach Short. Shasta Jones, sideline reporter for FNN, came up to me. I was shooting a game. She said, "Are you going right back to the studio after the game?" I said, "Yeah, that's where I'm headed." Well, I got something for Coach Short. Got you some food, man. Everywhere you go, somebody's always thinking about your.
These may not make it out of here for
they may
tonight.
not. Well, you're lucky they're still.
Yeah, I see you're looking at them.
I'm gonna get one of those.
I'll actually.
Thank you.
I don't know if that will last till midnight tonight.
No way.
Shasta, thank you so much for
you.
Appreciate
taking
it.
care
Thank
of
you.
Coach Short Sweet Tooth tonight. What is that? Is that Oreo and
This
Reese's
is, I've never
together?
seen
What is
these.
that?
Oreo Reese's.
I've never seen that.
I haven't either.
Either she said that you said something about them, or she just thought you would like them.
Yeah, I think she probably saw that and saw peanut butter, and everybody knows I like peanut butter. So. I put peanut butter on real Oreos, so hey, it's already got it made.
Well,
know
she
that.
knew that.
I'm gonna, we're gonna have
absolutely.
to get some of those.
Thank you, Shasta, for that. It's time for our Core Sports Medicine play of the night from last week. Last week, we mentioned this with Coach Bailey Blanchard from Glencoe High School. This is a very short play of the night. This is against Weaver last week, the 56-19 win. Block punt by Glencoe. Parker Gullidge caught it in midair. Here it is in slow motion. Caught it in mid. There's the punt block, goes up in the air and lands. Doesn't touch the ground. Lands. Parker Gullidge caught it right there in midair in the end zone for a touchdown. And that was our Core Sports Medicine play of the night. We will have tomorrow morning at some point tomorrow, before the Crimson Tide kicks off with the Missouri Tigers, we'll have that posted on our Facebook page at High School Football Alabama. So go look for our Core Sports Medicine play of the night from tonight's game. You probably hear paper crinkling in the background. But before we go, well, I'm going to turn it over to those guys. Yeah, I don't eat sweets, guys. So,
Two. Need some milk.
so I'll let you guys. Can y'all, go in on that. Maybe a 2-shot of those guys. And I'm gonna step aside here because
I'm gonna need some milk.
we need to talk about our touchdown.
Is there any milk in this church somewhere?
We need to talk about our touchdown T-shirts. Here they are. After the game on the front, and then on the back, RO Supply. Great partners with us. Look for these when we're out at your stadium. Rest assured that we are going to have these touchdown T-shirts that we're going to have the cheerleaders throwing out in the crowd. So you make sure when you see Chad or you see myself or any of our other photographers, Charlie Hinkle and folks out there at the games on these football Friday nights.
To do it every time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. These are great-looking T-shirts, and you can let folks know that you watch after the game, presented by the folks at RO Supply. great partners of high school sports and high school football Alabama. After the game, there's the RO Supply, South Quintard Avenue in Anniston. We come back, we got a ton more highlights, more awards, Team of the Weeks to be announced, Band of the Week. We've got regions to go through and a whole lot more as we roll on this Football Friday night.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
What does it mean to be a community bank? At Noble Bank and Trust, it means you're more than an account number, you're a valued member of our community. Whether it's checking, savings, a loan, mortgage, or line of credit, Noble Bank and Trust meets all your banking needs with exceptional technology customized just for you while making you feel right at home. Make the switch to Noble Bank and Trust, and we will make sure you're taken care of from beginning to end. Noble Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Looking for top-tier tumbling and cheer in East Alabama? Cheehaw Cheer and Tumble has programs for every age and skill level. We offer small group tumbling, tot and preschool classes, and even custom training for school cheer teams. Planning a party? Let us host it. And our nationally recognized all-star teams train right here at home. Join the Cheehaw family, where confidence takes root and champions are made. Visit CheehawCheerandTumble.com today.
The game-winning touchdown.
A goal line stand.
The perfect catch. The perfect stop.
These are the moments that move you. But when a sports injury puts you on the sidelines, it's our job to get you moving again.
Anniston Orthopedic Associates is the longest-standing orthopedic practice in East Alabama, providing exceptional care to thousands of athletes.
Shaping the next generation of legends.
Dedicated. Dedicated to what moves you.
Anniston Orthopedic Associates, 8 a.m. Saturday Sports Injury Clinic. Every football season Saturday, 701 Layton Avenue, 3rd floor, Tyler Center.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So, show off your colors and support your local school with the F&M Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
It's game time, and your home deserves a winning play.
At Ted's Floors and Beyond, we're your home renovation MVP. Scoring big with top quality cabinets, flooring, countertops, and tile.
Whether you're tackling a full remodel or just need new floors before kickoff, we've got unbeatable deals, including 0% interest for 12 months and free in-home estimates.
Don't fumble your dream home. Hustle in a Ted's today.
We are coming to you tonight from the Sound Solutions Media Center with our great friends at Parker Memorial Baptist Church on Quintard Avenue in Midtown Anniston. Let me tell you, Sound Solutions, we talk about live event production and rentals, audio, video, and lighting rentals for concerts, conferences, graduations, worship nights. Also, this week, Wednesday night, they handled all of the sound and video for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes of the Cheehaw Valley Fields of Faith at Golden Eagle Stadium in Jacksonville. Over 500 people attending that, and they did a phenomenal job. All of the production for all of the singing that went on, the worship that went on, all the guest speakers, everything that happened there at Golden Eagle Stadium, all handled by Sound Solutions with on-site people. This is important. People like Joey Hutto and Jordan Smith on-site handling all that and making sure everything goes smoothly. And they did that just as an example on Wednesday night at Golden Eagle Stadium in Jacksonville. See them. They're located right here in Oxford, and see them for all of your video, audio, and lighting needs. We're back on this Football Friday night on After the Game, presented by the Calhoun County Commission. Coach Short, Chad Barnett, back in with us again. My crew, before I hit a deer tonight, or the deer hit me, we were out at Gaston at Shinbone Ridge tonight.
So you really got hit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Highway 278, Hoax Bluff.
Does he have horns?
He did not have, I don't know, it happened so quick. Tyler Smith, our photographer, was sitting in the seat next to me. Scared the bejabbers out of him tonight. And I'm just telling you.
Give anybody some more exact coordinates. Somebody's going to go pick up a deer on the side of the road.
Well, there is. It's Highway 270, just above the old Gregersons.
Oh, yeah,
you know where the old Gregersons is. Go about a mile up the road from there. And
should be dead on the side of the road.
I don't know if he's dead or not, but he's injured. He hit me in defense of myself. I didn't hit him. I'm just driving down the road from Gaston to Glencoe, and bam, it happened. But anyway, before that, we were out at Shinbone Ridge at Gaston tonight. Big matchup, 2A Region 7, Gaston Bulldogs and the Pleasant Valley Raiders. My first chance to see Pleasant Valley in person this year. So I'm in 7-on-7 this summer. Knew they had a good team. Folks, just whatever impressions you have of Pleasant Valley football, I can tell you after watching them in person tonight, throw those out the window, because this ain't the Pleasant Valley that you think it is. This is a really good 2A football team.
Yeah, only blemish on the year was to Pisgah, right? Yes. 6-1 of the year, not bad. Great start of the season. And they're looking for an 8th straight win tonight over the Gaston Bulldogs. So let's see if they can get it done. Let's go to the Jack State highlights and see how this one fared as we go up to, what you call it, Shinbone Ridge.
Shinbone Ridge, that's the mountain up behind there, yeah.
In Gaston. They've run out of the Bulldog, and the Bulldogs are going to take on the Raiders tonight. We're going to go straight to the highlights of Braxton Salzer. He has been a playmaker so far this year. Seen a lot of highlights of him. 12-yard pickup for the Raiders. Caden Vick for 9 on the ground. Nice work on the ground for Pleasant Valley. Salzer now is going to get this 1-yard touchdown run. Raiders go up 7-0 at this point. Extra point is good. There they go, the RO Supply touchdown T-shirts. And after the game, got a little trick play here for Gaston. Going to have a little halfback pass. It's going to be caught, but then big fumble. Huge hit right there. Cooper Dougal is going to pick it up at the Gaston 48-yard line. Huge play. Should have got the number and name on that number 10. He had the pop, knocked it loose. There's Coach Jonathan Nix, and his offense is back to work. Vic, 15-yard run. Good-looking running back right there. They're going to go now to Cooper Dougal. This time he's going to have a halfback pass for 32 yards. Finding Hudson Sparks. Touchdown, Raiders. PAT is good again, 14-9. Pleasant Valley's on top. Now to the defense. Salzer not only playing offense, he can also pick off a pass with the INT at the PV 29. Salzer's going to take this next one for 11 yards. He's going to pass it actually to Dougal. Great moves by the young man.
Oh, wow.
Little spin, little juke, little foot in the ground. Nice run by number 5. They're going to put this next one into the end zone as Vic is going to take this one total of 43 yards to pay dirt. Touchdown Raiders, 21 on the board now, 21-0 at this point. PV is on top. They're going to roll tonight. Final score 42-8.
Well, spin move there.
Not bad.
Eddie Lacy spin move there. Pleasant Valley tonight beating Gaston 42-8. As said, 21-0 when we left that game tonight. Big matchup. Big. We say big a lot. Huge matchup next week. Pleasant Valley back at home, Raider Field, North Sand Mountain, who's undefeated, won again tonight, coming in. This is going to be a top 10 matchup again. Pleasant Valley was one of those with Pisgah earlier. Another top 10 matchup in 2A next week, this time at home. And this is, for all intents and purposes, it's at least, guys, for home field advantage. It might be, because Pisgah still has to play North Sand Mountain as well.
Yep.
This might be really implicate three-way tie for first place.
I'm interested to see. You always learn something from a loss, and to see what Pleasant Valley has learned from Pisgah in the loss that they had, because that I think that Pisgah and North Sand Mountain are probably the same styles of play and the physicality that North Sand Mountain will bring. So I'd be interested to see how they handle it. And I'm sure they've learned a lot from that. And they've look, Pleasant Valley, like you said, they're not even close to where they used to be, and that's a credit to Coach Nix and his coaching staff.
A lot of speed, a lot of physicality.
Yeah.
You mentioned a lot of Braxton Salster there, a leader.
Yes.
Met him at the 7-on-7, talking with him for a little bit there. Just the way he carries himself, and you saw him as a quarterback, really the quarterback of the defense. You saw the interception he had as well. He's just a great high school football player.
Yeah, I mean, when you watch film, I'm sure that's the first person everybody says, whoa, we got to do something with him. And how do you handle him? And in 2A football, sometimes you can't handle a guy like that.
Yep. Vic looks a good run back too.
Yep.
He's got some good size on him, good
Dougal,
speed.
they got a lot. Both the Sparks, they got 2 Sparks. They've got a lot of weapons. It's a fast team. It's a physical team at Pleasant Valley. Going to be a great matchup next week. Top 10 matchup out at Raider Field at Pleasant Valley was the North Sand Mountain, the Thundering Herd, the Bison, coming to town next week. We're going to take a look now, start diving in deeper now to our Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden Region Rundown. You know, when we do Region Rundown in August, there's not much to it.
Yeah,
but when we start doing Region Rundown in the middle of October, it's big. We've already looked at 3A Region 6 when Coach Blanchard was here. Class 3A Region 4, Glenwood wins again tonight. Lee Scott Academy lost their first game tonight. I was talking, as a matter of fact, Coach Dan Washburn, former executive director of Alabama High School Athletic Association, was in town at a meeting that you and I go to on Wednesday. His son-in-law is the Buster Daniels, the head coach at Lee Scott, and he said, John, I have to be honest with you, I think our record might be a little bit deceiving because we're just now playing the meat of our schedule. Still got Glenwood coming up. They played Wadley tonight, and Wadley beat them 42-7. Randolph County, big win last night down at B.B. Comer, a Thursday night game. But it certainly appears that Glenwood and Lee Scott are going to battle it out. And right now, based on what we saw tonight, guys, I think Glenwood is probably the prohibitive favorite to win this region now.
Yeah, I would say so. I've seen Glenwood play. You know, I saw them get Wadley. If they were in there, they'd be the first one. They'd win that region. There's no doubt about that.
There's some 4A and 5A regions that Wadley would.
Yes, they would. So that just tells me how competitive or how physical Wadley is. Yeah, Glenwood looks like to be the team. I wouldn't want to play Randolph County in the playoffs because they're going to go somewhere, probably on the road. And I wouldn't want to play them. Old Mo can run. Now, he can put up a lot of yards. Put over 280 last night, I think, against B.B. Comer.
Mo Winston, he has been racking them up. I think he's the leading rusher in the state of Alabama right now in all classifications and has been since game 1 of the season.
And he's had several games where he didn't play 4 quarters.
Absolutely, because they've had a lot of blowout wins along the way. Let's jump to 4A. Class 4A Region 3, Hanley and Booker T. Washington. Booker T. beat Munford tonight 42-0. Hanley was very impressive again tonight. Hanley goes in and beats Tallahassee at Tallahassee 45-14 tonight. Bullitt County comes in. They beat Talladega tonight 35-7 at Talladega. Cleburne County, tough loss tonight. Cleburne County had a tough loss last week at Tallahassee, tough loss tonight at home against St. James, but we're starting to kind of see the separation now. Hanley Booker T, 5-0 there at the top.
I mentioned earlier in the year that Hanley would be that team eventually before the end of the season, would be the team to win that region. And, they played Bullitt County last week. Bullitt didn't have their quarterback, but it didn't matter. They still won. It was a big win tonight because that's the first time, I think, in 10 years that Hanley actually beat Tallahassee in Tallahassee.
Yes.
They haven't fared well playing at Tallahassee. A lot of people don't. That is a very tough place to play. It used to be even tougher when it was so small, but now that they've even made it bigger and they got turf everywhere, it all looks. They got tents laying all over the place.
Why is it so tough down there?
How about Coach?
I never lost to them down there. But I'm just saying. I mean, it's just always been. It's always been that way. Even
I've heard that it's tough to play there. But,
it used to be because
not for us.
It used to be because when they had those tin walls that it was so loud, and they put speakers up under there, and it's louder than Glencoe used to be.
Gotcha.
So that makes it difficult right there. And you're right by the highway 14.
14?
That's
14.
the highway. It goes right behind the bleachers.
Comes out, goes, Real Town, Lochapoka, back up to Auburn.
Yep.
That way? Yeah? Okay. All right, 4A Region 6. It's my old stomping ground down there in that area. Anniston tonight wins easily. We'll have highlights of this game coming from Jim Glover Field in the Tower where they beat Etowah 48-7. I really thought tonight, just from listening to the reports and having seen Asheville and the way that they had been playing, Asheville came into this game 5-1. Guys, Alexandria dismantled them tonight at Asheville 56-13. I think that might be the most impressive Alexandria win so far this season.
Okay. That's all right. We talked about Asheville earlier this year about, not kind of being surprised that they're, doing this or making this run. I'm surprised to hear that. Okay.
Well, to me is what was impressive about it is because they've had, I know coaches going to say, hey, this is the game we got to win. We got to get this one in order to set up the next one. But how did they must have did an awesome job of keeping those kids' mind off of Cherokee County. Because that's easy for kids to do. Oh, we got this one, we're going to be okay. We got to look forward to that next one because that's the big matchup next week. Is that because Cherokee County took care of business, Alexandria took care of business. So it all home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs comes right next week out there at Lou Scales Stadium.
So that is in the Valley? That's in the
That
Valley?
is at
It's in the
Alexandria.
Valley.
Yeah, Anniston, if you look at them, they're 5-0. The two region games they have left are Aniana and White Plains. They're going to be prohibitive favorites in that. Probably going to win the region title. So you get to this Alexandria-Cherokee County game. Winner of that, pretty going to be home field advantage. Pretty cut and dried. But then you look at this next game here. You got Asheville and Hoax Bluff. Is going to be a impactful game as well. With Hoax Bluff's loss tonight, they fall back to 2-3 in the region. Asheville now at 3-2.
And Hoax Bluff is a very beat-up football team right now. A lot of injuries, a lot of people, a lot of hobbling around, but still so well coached. Because tonight they coached so well that they just tried to give themselves a chance, and they were in it right up to the end.
Yeah, the score looked pretty good. I mean, as far as the score looked pretty close.
Oh, it was. I mean, they're on the 10-yard line with less than a minute and a half to go, and it's 17-10.
Yeah. So they can steal their way back into the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
That's like I said, that game between Asheville and Hoax Bluff will be big. By the way, we will have highlights of Anniston and Etowah, and we will have complete highlights, post-game reaction. Coach Short was there of the Cherokee County and Hoax Bluff game tonight as well. Right now, we're going to tell you about the folks at Johnson's Giant Food. Later on, we're going to show you guys tonight. We had a concession stand out at Gaston. We're going to show you some good food out there at Gaston a little bit later on. But Johnson's Giant Food, you talk about good food. Tomorrow is one of the best days of the year to watch college football. I mean, it just starts at 11 in the morning, goes all the way to tomorrow night. Alabama, Auburn, everybody, big games all over the SEC. Johnson's is the place to go. Their hot bar and deli is your answer. They're in Gadsden. They're in East Gadsden. They're in Attala. They are going to be soon in Southside. They're in Jacksonville. They're in Coldwater. Go out and see them. They've got everything you need, chicken finger, wings, potato wedges, everything you need to sit back and veg out and watch college football tomorrow. Check out the folks at Johnson's Giant Food. We'll be back with more of After the Game presented by the Calhoun County Commission in just a moment.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Terry Howell, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So, show off your colors and support your local school with the F&M Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
Looking for top-tier tumbling and cheer in East Alabama? Cheehaw Cheer and Tumble has programs for every age and skill level. We offer small group tumbling, tot and preschool classes, and even custom training for school cheer teams. Planning a party? Let us host it. And our nationally recognized all-star teams train right here at home. Join the Cheehaw family, where confidence takes root and champions are made. Visit CheehawCheerandTumble.com today.
At Jacksonville State University, the journey starts with you. It begins with your ambition, your curiosity, your dreams. Here, you forge your own path. You have the power to make a difference, explore new horizons, and turn your passions into your future. At Jax State, we journey forward together. The journey starts with you.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
Red Threads bringing you what I'm sure is an entertaining Stay Put preview box. I don't get to always watch that, but I can only imagine the things that folks see on our Red Threads Stay Put preview box during the break. Powered by O-Brand. We told you about their store on the square in Jacksonville. Jacksonville State actually plays Delaware at home Wednesday night at 6. If you are going to the game, we encourage you to go watch the Gamecocks against Delaware. That's going to be a great football game Wednesday night. Go by their storefront on the square in Jacksonville as you're coming into town on Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening, and check out the officially licensed JSU apparel. They've got the best that you can imagine there. And all of our T-shirts, our touchdown T-shirts from RO Supply, our Anston Orthopedic score shirts for our Ted's Fours and Beyond Team of the Week, our Muscle Team shirts with our friends at Young Oil Grub Mart. All of those come from Red Threads, powered by O-Brand. We're going to take a look now at more regions now as Coach Short joins me, and we're going to take a look at our Chevrolet, Team One Chevrolet Gadsden region rundown, classes 1A and 2A. Coach, they're on a collision course. I think, Coach, we have known this since August, that it was going to come down to late in the season, last region game between Wadley and Winterboro.
I started to ask you where it was going to be played at, but I even thought of that. It'll be at Wadley, not at Chillsburg, isn't it? Is it at Wadley?
Yeah, I think it's at Wadley.
Okay, yeah. That should be a great one. I know people will say, you know, Wadley has a few more players, but you know what? Winterboro's gone through a lot, and sometimes the magical seasons just happen, so you never know what may happen when those two tied up. Should be a great game.
They put 60 tonight on Woodland, and it's looking like now that it's probably going to come down to that Fayetteville-Woodland game, and that is going to be, I think that's next Thursday night. I think that is Thursday night down at Fayetteville, between Fayetteville and Woodland. That may decide the pecking order, Coach, of the 3 and 4 in the playoffs in Class 1A Region 6.
There's no doubt about that, and that should be a great game because Woodland, I mean, they're 2-5, but they're better than 2-5.
Let's continue now in Class 1A. Look at Class 1A Region 8. Appalachian won tonight. They're now 8-0. They beat Ragland. Woodville had a tough time, which surprised me, but Woodville had a tough time with Valley Head tonight. Spring Garden won. Valley Head still hanging around. It is looking like, again, we're starting to see some separation this week, Coach. The Appalachian and Woodville game is probably going to be the region title game. Spring Garden has already beaten Valley Head head-to-head, so it's looking, and Spring Garden's already lost to Appalachian and Woodville. So it looks like what's going to happen here is Appalachian Woodville, that's going to be the 1-2. Spring Garden pretty much locked into the 3, and it looks like Valley Head may be the 4 in that region.
Well, this Spring Garden coming back after losing so many seniors last year, they've gotten better and better and better each week, and to put themselves in a chance to get back in the playoffs again, hey, props to their coaching staff.
That's one of those things. Spring Garden, to me, Coach, is kind of like Glencoe. They go in as a 3. They may be a very tough 3 going to play a runner-up somewhere over in West Alabama.
2-3 matchups are some of your best games in the first round.
Absolutely. That's where the upsets tend to happen.
Yes.
Let's take a look now at Class 2A Region 6. Coosa Christian, another Thursday night game last night. You know, Cold Springs was 6-1 coming into this game, And Coosa Christian went over and dismantled them over last night in Coleman County, 41-8. Coosa Christian has another Thursday night game. And, of course, it's at home this time, West End coming in. Everybody's wondering, why is Coosa playing all these Thursday night games? Well, the last 2 weeks, the reason's been because officials, shortage of officials over in that Blount County area, going over to Blount and Coleman County. When they went over last week to Cleveland, they went to Cold Springs last night. Totally, the folks at Coosa told me the reason they're having to play on Thursday, they don't have enough officials on Friday night.
It was a 5-man crew tonight. And that's surprising because a lot of times you'll get 7-man crews. But yeah, they had a 5-man crew, and I actually watched that game last night. Didn't drive. I wasn't driving to Cold Springs. That's too far. That was actually too far to go. But I was able to watch it live stream and watch some of it, and they did their business. They got taken care of. Coach Probst said they played terrible, but they still scored a lot of points. They're going to be a tough out for anybody in the North in 2A. I don't care. They've still got some more people to play. But
at Tuscaloosa Academy in Tuscaloosa, that'll be their last regular season game going down to Tuscaloosa. Who was the team that was represented the North last year in the Super 7 was Tuscaloosa Academy. So that will be maybe a test for Coosa Christian in Class 2A. Let's move on now to Class 2A Region 7. This is what we were talking about. North Sand Mountain and Pisgah are both undefeated. North Sand Mountain, the next 2 weeks, they have Pleasant Valley and they have Pisgah back-to-back. So Pleasant Valley's already lost to Pisgah. So the next 2 weeks is going to decide this region. And surprisingly, the team that might come in there in fourth might be Section. Section's already beaten Cedar Bluff head-to-head. They're making a little noise there. But obviously, these next 2 games, North Sand Mountain and Pleasant Valley and North Sand Mountain and Pisgah, that's going to decide everything as far as the top of this region.
Well, you see 4-0, 7-0. There's a reason those O's are on the end there. They're giving up a little less than 3 points per game.
And I hear North Sand Mountain has a ton of speed. Pleasant Valley's got some speed, and we know Pisgah has speed and size and athleticism as well. That's our Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden Region Rundown. We're going to flow from that into our East Alabama Top 10, presented by Awards to Remember, and this is the top 10 in all of East Alabama. That includes St. Clair County. I have some people saying, well, I didn't know Moody was in East Alabama. Well, this is District 6. They're in St. Clair County.
East of 65.
Yeah, east of 65.
And north of I-20.
So this is kind of a power poll. This is how powerful they are within their classification. So you may see a small school up here in the top 5 and think, well, those guys are crazy. One of these schools over here would kill that school. And you may be right, but this is not head-to-head. This is within their classification. So let's go to number 10. Number 10, Cherokee County took care of business tonight. Had a tough game, Coach. You were there. We'll see the highlights coming up. But they took care of business.
Oh, yes, they did. They won. And I saw you
against Hoax Bluff.
Yeah, and it's a traditional, very tough football game, just like it was last year.
Number 9, another team that we have been talking a lot about this year, Winterboro, undefeated on a collision course with Wadley. Number 8 in our East Alabama top 10, Pleasant Valley. Good, solid 2A football team. Saw them tonight for the first time. We talked about the Raiders. Number 7 in our East Alabama top 10, Moody. I think by the time this is over with, by the time we get to the regular season, Chad, I think Moody's probably going to be higher. They've got 2 losses, but those 2 losses, Gainesville, Georgia, and Auburn, both on the road. They do have 2 losses, I get it. But within 5A, the only reason we didn't move them up tonight was because they did have a tough time with Leeds, 25-22, which surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, Leeds 500 on the year, so 3 or 4 point.
25-22.
Yeah, 3 or 4 point win.
And it was close throughout.
Yeah, definitely kind of surprising on that score, but I agree. Eventually, they'll probably win out. It's the middle of the season. You get some of those lulls sometimes.
Must be a lull because I remember the Jacksonville lead score.
Yeah.
And we got some teams like we mentioned that are outside the top 10, like Westbrook Christian. It's going to be in this thing before it's over, and Hanley. Number 6, Alexandria Valley Cubs. Alexandria, again, huge win tonight. I thought going on the road and being a 5-1 team, 56-13, a resurgent Asheville team getting ready, as Coach mentioned, getting ready with Cherokee County in their mind.
Oh, yeah.
So next week, these 2 right here. Been a lot of talk about this ever since February. About
Yeah.
this game.
If it's a close game tonight, 8 for 8 on PATs. Kicking game is looking pretty solid for them right now. So if it does come down to something like that, you got to give them a pretty good little nod.
And
right
Chad,
there.
as you've seen before, it's not just in the kicking game, but it's in the receiving game that Alexandria's got some weapons too.
Yeah, MJ Morris. I thought he was. They were feared maybe he got hurt last week, but I saw him back on the field again this week. So
Number 5 in our East Alabama top 10, Central Clay County won their 6th consecutive region championship tonight. That's pretty stout. Enough said. They've already clinched it. We're here in week 8, still 3 more weeks of the season, and they've already clinched the region title. By the way, Valley beat Elmore County tonight.
I saw that.
So they may be the runner-up in that region.
2 weeks in a row, Elmore County has had some tough losses.
Tough losses to Clay Central and Valley. Number 4 in our East Alabama top 10, the Anniston Bulldogs. You know, you think they're going to have maybe a letdown, something like that. They go to Attala tonight, beat Etowah 48-7. Bulldogs remain
and the
undefeated.
7 was a kickoff return.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah, that was the only.
Baker, my boy Dick Baker. Mr. Baker is what I call him.
I got you. Yeah.
Number 3 in our East Alabama top 10, Coosa Christian. You could make some arguments that they will be higher. They do have a couple losses, but I mean those losses are to Pierce County, Georgia, and Pell City. Huge schools. I don't know that they're going to lose.
Pell City won again today,
another one.
didn't they?
Pell City beat Shades Valley
they won
tonight,
tonight,
21-14.
Yeah.
Number 2 in our East Alabama top 10, Piedmont going on the road. Pretty good J.B. Pennington team. They go over and dismantle them tonight as they've been doing to everybody all year long. 51-0. They win tonight.
That's
over
impressive because J.B. Pitt, they have some players. They've been on like the fringe of being.
You've seen them.
Yeah, it's like a fringe team of being a playoff. They just couldn't really get over the hump this year, but they've got some players. So 51-0 is pretty impressive.
Number 1, I don't know who's going to knock them out. They beat a good 3A, an undefeated 3A football team at Lee Scott tonight, 42-7. A team, as we pointed out, they only beat Lee Scott last year by a point, I think 30-29. This time they dismantled them, Coach, 42-7.
Look, I've seen them. They're one of the most physical football teams I've watched this year.
Period.
Of
Period.
everybody. I didn't say they was the best team. I've said, but they're right there. It'd be depth if you put them against some of these other people. But if you was to take the best of everybody here and put them against their best and say we're all going to play,
like a 15-minute game, like a one-quarter game.
I'd put my money.
That's impressive. Yeah.
That's just how physical they are.
We're going to have some changes on this side, I think, in the next couple of weeks. So look out for Westbrook
Well, definitely
Christian.
here we'll have a change here next week. So.
Yeah.
Those two.
Is that next week?
I think that's 2 weeks.
Okay.
And the other thing for this, when everybody says Moody and Lee's, I mean, they're neighbors. That's always going to be a big ball.
They love each other.
Yeah, they love each other. They break bread together. They drink together. They're all happy.
411.
The 411
The 411 boys.
The bridge, the Battle of the Bridge
That's
there
right.
that goes over I-20 there at that Moody Leeds exit. So we'll see some change here. Look out for Hanley to make a move into this too.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure they're going to lose another
And
one.
Anniston it's us against the world. And that's the mentality that they're playing with right now.
That's our East Alabama Top 10 presented by Awards to Remember. Get one last look at it there. And let me tell you about the Calhoun County Commission bringing you high school football Alabamas after the game. I'm talking today with Danny Shears from the County Commission. And these county commissioners, they're everywhere in our community. You want to talk about active. These are guys that are out in the community. He was there to present a proclamation today to Noble Bank on their 20th anniversary. They're supporting everything that goes on in our community, including bringing you after the game on these football Friday nights. The Calhoun County Commission, Fred Wilson, Danny Shears, Carolyn Henderson, Terry Howell, and Lee Patterson. We come back, a ton of highlights coming your way, including our game of the week with Cherokee County and Hoax Bluff. That's on the way.
It's game time, and your home deserves a winning play.
At Ted's Floors and Beyond, we're your home renovation MVP. Scoring big with top quality cabinets, flooring, countertops, and tile.
Whether you're tackling a full remodel or just need new floors before kickoff, we've got unbeatable deals, including 0% interest for 12 months and free in-home estimates.
Don't fumble your dream home. Hustle in a Ted's today.
We stand for Mother Nature, home sweet home. The best you, sunsets with friends, hustle, art that lasts, life's simple pleasures. You know, life has purpose when we stand for something. ATCU is now Emblem, a credit union that stands for excellence and community. But most of all, Emblem Credit Union stands for our members and what's important to them. We stand for you.
The game-winning touchdown.
A goal line stand.
The perfect catch. The perfect stop.
These are the moments that move you. But when a sports injury puts you on the sidelines, it's our job to get you moving again.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates is the longest-standing orthopedic practice in East Alabama, providing exceptional care to thousands of athletes.
Shaping the next generation of legends.
Dedicated.
Dedicated.
Dedicated to what moves you.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates, 8 a.m. Saturday Sports Injury Clinic. Every football season Saturday, 701 Layton Avenue, 3rd floor, Tyler Center.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Judd Edwards for your personal price plan today.
What does it mean to be a community bank? At Noble Bank and Trust, it means you're more than an account number, you're a valued member of our community. Whether it's checking, savings, a loan, mortgage, or line of credit, Noble Bank and Trust meets all your banking needs with exceptional technology customized just for you while making you feel right at home. Make the switch to Noble Bank and Trust, and we will make sure you're taken care of from beginning to end. Noble Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Our friends at the Quarterback Club of Calhoun County getting ready on the 20th. Coach Charles Kelly, JSU head coach. What a win last night by the Gamecocks. Wow, 52-yard field goal as time expired to win at Sam Houston State. Played the game in Houston last night. He'll be in on the 20th, I'm sure, to talk about that and the Delaware game that's coming up. Jake Fromm is coming. Holly Rowe is coming. And you want to be a part of this. They also have, of course, as we know and very grateful for, they have in the summertime the media day for Calhoun County that they put on and do a great job with that. And also in the off season, in the springtime, they give away about $20,000 in scholarships to Calhoun County football players. So this is a great organization to be a part of. David Woodard is the guy to call, 256-239-4481. All right, tonight, after I hit the deer, or the deer hit me tonight on 278, after that, as I was inspecting the damage to my car in the Glencoe parking lot tonight, we made it into the stadium to see Glencoe and Sachs. Chad, we had Bailey Blanchard, his entire coaching staff on. If you missed that, I know we had some technical problems earlier. That entire segment will be posted on our Facebook page tomorrow, so you don't want to miss that. It's really good. But Glencoe, I meant to tell this to Coach Blanchard, but whether he likes it or not, they are the turnaround team of East Alabama this year. They are the most improved team, in my opinion, in all of East Alabama this year. And I think last year that was Alexandria. Going from like 1-9 to 7-3. Glencoe's probably going to be in that 7-8 win range this year.
Has it been 9 years the playoffs? 9-year playoff drought?
Maybe 10.
Yeah.
Maybe 2015.
It's a long drought.
Yeah.
Could be coming up to an end though. 3-1 in the region so far this year, heading into their game against Sachs tonight in Glencoe. Just a couple of wins away from possibly dancing into the playoffs on the first-year head coach in Glencoe. Let's go to the highlights and check this one out and see how it fared. Good-looking start for the video highlights if you're a Glencoe fan. 33-0 when we got there, and it would be pretty much all Glencoe on the highlights. Alex Hudson, he's going to pick up 13 yards on the ground. Aiden Johnson, he's going to take this one in 19 yards through and by a couple of Sachs defenders into the end zone. Touchdown, Glencoe, PAT no good. 39-0 is the score at this point. There goes the RO Supply touchdown T-shirts into the stands.
There we go.
Always like to see the shirts in there. Now, Bronner McMurray. That last time we had him a couple weeks ago, whatever, I couldn't get his name right. Here we go, Bronner McMurray. We're going to say it again. Touchdown or close to a touchdown, 19-yard run down to the 4-yard line. Then they're going to go to Isaiah Young, who is going to get into the end zone. Touchdown Glencoe, 46-0 at this point. Saxwood tacked one on late, 46-6 the final.
Hatchie coming up next week. In a couple weeks, last week, Halloween night, as a matter of fact, interesting game. Glencoe and Piedmont at the Field of Champions. Bailey Blanchard returning back there. What you talk about emotional night. Can you imagine what that's going to be like for him? First-year head coach. He played there. His dad coaching there. His first head coaching job. Coming in there, taking on a Piedmont team who might be number 1 in the state, number 2 at least by that point in time.
If not deserving to be.
Yes, it's going to be. That's going to be a huge game coming up.
27 years old. That's insane. And not just getting a head coaching job, but also just hitting the ground running like this. You know, a team that has been in a drought for so long, 27 years old, you find the keys, to get it rolling like that's pretty incredible.
And Coach, what you pointed out and what we saw here tonight, what's impressive to me is this coaching staff he's put together.
Yeah. Well, that's where he learned from Steve and his daddy is like to get the right people helping you. The most impressive thing I heard is when he said he had a football ops guys. A lot of guys try to do everything. The head coach, I got to do this, I got to do that. Well, he's gotten that part out by hiring somebody that goes and does stuff for him that you don't really need to be doing. So he's learned that because Steve's got a football ops guy and took one with him up there to Westbrook. So, that's the things I listen and learn to. He's learned early all those stuff, and he's going to be fine because he knows that adversity will come. You never know when it will, but it will.
Those assistant coaches, all those that are in here, they chose to take a job with a 27-year-old head coach as well. So it's not just him pulling them in. The courage and the guts they got to say to think, that guy's a winner. I'm going to take my livelihood and I'm going to put it in this 27-year-old's hands.
I almost thought I was
right.
That's
a fantastic point.
I thought I was in a senior high school class just then because most of the guys with him, I bet you the average age was 30 to 31.
Yeah, we covered
of all the guys with him.
Yeah, probably
you've covered them. You've probably seen most of them play.
Yeah.
Austin Bishop, all those guys.
All of them.
We talk about food a lot on here.
Yes,
rightfully so. We have a lot of great food, and we partake of a lot of great food. That even happens when we go out to your stadium tonight. Johnson's Giant Food concession stand of the week. We visited Gaston tonight. Let's take you out to North Gadsden. All right, Johnson's Giant Food concession stand of the week tonight. We are at Shinbone Ridge at Gaston. This is the Gaston Athletic Booster Club. When you come into the stadium on the visiting side, you'll see the grills. They got it going on. All kind of things happening. Jeff Ballou is the president of the Athletic Booster Club. And so tell us what all you offer here at Gaston.
We got a little bit of everything now. We got cheeseburgers, we got hot dogs, we got nachos and cheese, we got some of the best French fries in town, a lot of candy, we got flavored coffees. Anything you want, we got it.
All right, so tell us about this cheeseburger that we're going to sample here in a minute. Tell me about that.
It's a fine hamburger. It's good beef, cooked on a Blackstone right outside. They're all fresh. They're good to go.
The money that's raised here, tell us about where this goes and what are some things you do with the money to help Gaston Athletics?
Gaston Athletics our booster club puts the money back into our athletic department. This past spring, we poured ADA, about 500-foot sidewalk around the football field. Wow. ADA compliant. We worked on the drainage on the other side of the football field, put some drainage in. So we really do some upgrades. The money goes to do our upgrades for our facilities. It goes back to our kids. If kids need something, we get it, no questions asked. But this upgrade on this sidewalk we poured was the first big expenditure we've had in a long time. I'm an alumni from here, graduated in '88, and this needed to be done a long time ago. We got kids in wheelchairs, we got older folks. This is good for Gaston. So our money we make goes back into this school.
Good deal. So when you come to football games at Gaston on these football Friday nights, support the concession stand, going to a great cause there. And you got some good volunteers here working tonight too, right?
We got a lot of volunteers. They come out and they support us. It makes life a lot easier.
Awesome. Gaston going to get a $100 gift card courtesy of Johnson's Giant Food. Athletic Booster Club concession stand is our concession stand of the week. Don Wilson flying solo tonight here at Gaston. This is their cheeseburger, and as you heard Jeff say, this is cooked out here on the Blackstone Grill they've got outside. When you come in, you can't miss it. They got the fries to go with it here. So, boy, I tell you what, you got this thing doctored up, Don. You ready to go?
It doesn't get any better, John, than Shinbone Ridge on a Friday night and this cheeseburger right here. So we're ready to go.
Yeah, we got that Bulldog cheeseburger at Shinbone Ridge. Go ahead and dive on into that. Yeah, he needed a napkin because here's all the stuff coming out. That thing is loaded up. Got the cheese. You put mustard and ketchup. Here's the thing, you can make your own out here as far as they'll make the cheeseburger for you. But as far as all the dressing and the condiments on there, you can do that yourself here. So how was it?
That's about as authentic as it gets right there.
Good stuff here at Gaston tonight. Ask for the cheeseburger in the Bulldog Athletic Club concession stand here at Gaston. Great job with those folks tonight. Looks pretty good here at Gaston High School. Our Johnson's Giant Food concession stand of the week. I can tell you, as you see the fries cooking there at Gaston tonight, Don Wilson enjoying that cheeseburger. Our photographer, Tyler Smith, also got him a cheeseburger tonight. You see the fries there. All that money going to the Athletic Booster Club at Gaston High School. Right as you come in the stadium, can't miss it there. That's our Johnson's Giant Food concession stand of the week. They will get a $100 gift certificate from Johnson's Giant Food to help them out with their concession supplies. And they're also in the running now for our concession stand of the year. We'll give a plaque to the winner of that for our Johnson's Giant Food concession stand of the week. Ted's Floors and Beyond Team of the Week announcement. That is coming up momentarily. Ted's Floors and Beyond, great folks. They are the best in the business here in East Alabama. They're now not just doing floors. They are doing cabinets. They're doing entire bathroom and kitchen makeovers as well, in addition to floors. Great free estimates, one-stop shop for all of those needs that you have, any kind of things that you're going to do with your floors, whether it be carpet, whether it be tile, wood flooring, all of that. They've got all of that, and they're the best in the business. Ted's Floors and Beyond. Visit them at their showroom on U.S. Highway 431 in Sachs, and we'll have our Ted's Floors and Beyond Team of the Week announcement coming up momentarily as we roll on this football Friday night.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
Looking for top-tier tumbling and cheer in East Alabama? Cheehaw Cheer and Tumble has programs for every age and skill level. We offer small group tumbling, tot and preschool classes, and even custom training for school cheer teams. Planning a party? Let us host it. And our nationally recognized all-star teams train right here at home. Join the Cheehaw family, where confidence takes root and champions are made. Visit CheehawCheerandTumble.com today.
What does it mean to be a community bank? At Noble Bank and Trust, it means you're more than an account number, you're a valued member of our community. Whether it's checking, savings, a loan, mortgage, or line of credit, Noble Bank and Trust meets all your banking needs with exceptional technology customized just for you while making you feel right at home. Make the switch to Noble Bank and Trust, and we will make sure you're taken care of from beginning to end. Noble Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Judd Edwards for your personal price plan today.
The game-winning touchdown.
A goal line stand.
The perfect catch. The perfect stop.
These are the moments that move you, but when a sports injury puts you on the sidelines, it's our job to get you moving again.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates is the longest-standing orthopedic practice in East Alabama, providing exceptional care to thousands of athletes.
Shaping the next generation of legends.
Dedicated. Dedicated to what moves you.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates, 8 a.m. Saturday Sports Injury Clinic. Every football season Saturday, 701 Layton Avenue, 3rd floor, Tyler Center.
Young Oil Grub Mart bringing you our muscle team. You just saw the Westbrook Christian defensive line, this week's muscle team from last week's game against Ohatchee. They'll get those black, beautiful muscle team t-shirts courtesy of Young Oil Grub Mart. Let me tell you, they are all over the place. They've got locations all across East Alabama. You talk about going to tailgate for high school and college games. Jack State, they're there. Auburn, they're there. You're going to college games, high school games, Grub Mart has you covered. They've got 2-for-1 specials throughout the store, the 99-cent bag of ice, the deli items in certain stores. They've got the Super Saver card to help you save on gas. And most importantly, the folks at Young Oil Grub Mart, great supporters of high school football for probably more than 70, 75 years here in East Alabama, and bringing you our Young Oil Grub Mart muscle team. All right, more game video coming up as we're joined here by Chad and Coach. Going to take out to Jim Glover Field in Attala. We've got a team that hasn't lost a game in the Aniston Bulldogs, taking on a team that hasn't won a game in the Etowah Blue Devils. And as you would expect, it was a big showing by Aniston today.
Yeah, tough, because you consider the helmet games, right? These are two that, you would typically think, long term. But Aniston Bulldogs really riding a big high after last week's win over Cherokee County. Could they keep that momentum rolling? They're now in the top 5 in the state, heading to Jim Glover Field in Attala. Let's go to the highlights to see how this one actually played out. We get there at the beginning of the game. It is 0-0, which is typically the score at the beginning of the game.
Usually.
Right. I mean, that's how we're going to start out. We'll do it here, too. So the Etowah Blue Devils rolling out. This is a great pass and catch here. Damon Pope going to connect on a 63-yard pass to Q Cunningham, who is going to almost break it to the end zone, but he's going to be just short. They're going to put it in on the next play, though. Touchdown, Aniston. They're going to go for 2 here, and they're going to pick up the 2-point conversion. It's going to be 8-0 Bulldogs out of the gate. But this is the lone score of the game for Etowah. Kickoff return, Keelan Smith, 75 yards through the host of Bulldogs. He's into the end zone. Extra point's going to be good. It's going to be 8-7. They trail here at home. 10:55 to go in the first. Etowah's Kenneth Bowley. Well, they're going to go to the touchdown T-shirts first. RO Supply. Thanks to the folks there for the touchdown T-shirts. Aniston. The big run here by Jabari Williams, 80 yards for a touchdown, 2-point conversion. It's going to be good as well, making the score 16-7 as they are making quick work so far of Etowah. So they can just keep that defense on the field. Aniston's going to get the stop here. A couple of first downs on the drive for Etowah, but it would stall. Give it back to Aniston. Damon Pope now finding Q Cunningham again, this time for 30 yards. Good for a first down, out of bounds. Damon Pope to Q Cunningham. 15-yard pass. And Jabari Williams would put that one in for a 1-yard touchdown. PAT would be blocked. It was 22-7 at that point. Aniston, though, no trouble tonight. 48-7.
Aniston's first game at Etowah in 22 years. It was kind of weird to sit there and like, is that Aniston playing at Jim Glover Field? Now I'm like, man, we don't see that very often. Well, that's because it's the first time it happened in 22 years. Aniston just keeps on rolling. They're going to be favorites in their big 2 games. Really, I think, Coach Jackson won't hear me say this, but I think their next big challenge that's coming up is going to be a non-region game, a monumental showdown with Jacksonville coming up on the 30th of October. That's going to be a big game because that's a big rivalry game, and those are two good
looking,
football teams.
Jacksonville's looking good. Saw them tonight at Lincoln. I mean, I think they had some playmakers. They definitely had some things to hang your hat on as far as going and taking on Aniston.
Especially after coming off all the injuries that they had early in the season. We're not talking about weekly injuries. We're talking about season-ending injuries.
Yeah.
As we go to our last Randy Wood State Representative District 36 extra point of the night, guys, Coach Short has talked about the players in other states are not better than Alabama. There's just more of them. Here's an example of this. This year's Alabama roster for the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star Classic was released this afternoon. It will include 16 players. This is just on Alabama's roster now, not Mississippi. 16 players who have committed to play in the SEC. 5 players headed to ACC schools, and 2 players going to Big Ten teams. A total of 22 players in the Alabama team are committed to Power 5 schools. For a state the size of Alabama, that's pretty amazing. We come back, we got more highlights as we roll on. Band of the Week, Team of the Week, still to come.
It's game time, and your home deserves a winning play.
At Ted's Floors and Beyond, we're your home renovation MVP. Scoring big with top quality cabinets, flooring, countertops, and tile.
Whether you're tackling a full remodel or just need new floors before kickoff, we've got unbeatable deals including 0% interest for 12 months and free in-home estimates.
Don't fumble your dream home. Hustle in a Ted's today.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So show off your colors and support your local school with the F&M Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
This spring and summer, get it done right with Oxford Lumber, your hometown partner for projects big or small. From refreshing your garden to upgrading your outdoor space, we've got everything you need. Check out our full garden center and gear up on our Stihl showroom, chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Ready to grill? We've got Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone to fire up the fun. Since 1985, Oxford Lumber has been built on tradition and focused on you. Visit us today at any of our 5 locations: Oxford, Roanoke, Talladega, Jacksonville, and Lincoln. Oxford Lumber, where you're treated like family.
We stand for Mother Nature. Home sweet home. The best you. Sunsets with friends. Hustle. Art that lasts. Life's simple pleasures. You know, life has purpose when we stand for something. ATCU is now Emblem, a credit union that stands for excellence and community. But most of all, Emblem Credit Union stands for our members and what's important to them. We stand for you. The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Terry Howell, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Tomorrow morning, Anniston Orthopedics is the place to be if you're an athlete, a volleyball player, football player, cheerleader, cross-country athlete, and you're suffering an injury. You're hurting tonight. Come to Anniston Orthopedics beginning at 8 a.m. in the Tyler Center in Midtown Anniston, and you will get to see a doctor. You don't have to worry over the weekend about what's wrong, about what's going on. You'll get a good diagnosis. You'll have skilled surgeons there. You'll have doctors there that will check you out and take you out of the pain this weekend. That's every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. at the Tyler Center. Aniston Orthopedics bringing you the Saturday Morning Sports Clinic, also bringing you our Comeback Player of the Week and our Ted's Floors and Beyond Team of the Week score shirts. And we'll find out who's getting those in just a few moments. But before that, we've got our big game of the week. It is Judd Edwards State Farm Insurance Game of the Week tonight. Coach Short, Cameron Greenwood on the road. I'm sure it was a packed house tonight up at Cherokee County, Bobby Joe Johnson Field at Warriors Stadium. Chad, you got all the highlights of Cherokee County and Oaks Bluff.
Both teams coming off tough losses. Cherokee County losing to Aniston, nail-biter last week. Oaks Bluff goes and loses to Alexandria, tough losses. So the question is, who's going to get off the mat first tonight in a massive game in Center? Let's go to the highlights and check this one out as Cherokee County at Bobby Joe Johnson Field, Warrior Stadium, taking on a team from Oaks Bluff just down the road. The Eagles going to be on the road. Cherokee County in the black and gold tonight as they look to get started. Carson Peppers is going to pick this pass off from Adam Griffith. Huge start for Oaks Bluff as they try and gain the momentum early. This would be a nice run inside the 10-yard line for a first down. But Oaks Bluff, though, would have to settle for 3. But, hey, 3-0 is a great start whenever Cherokee County gets the ball first. So, Keyshawn Woods going to have something to say about this, though, before the night's done. Takes the handoff. He's going to get 14 yards on a first down. Griffith now going to find Ben Mosley for a 10-yard touchdown run or touchdown pass. Extra point would be good. 7-3 Cherokee County. Oaks Bluff would punt. Woods back on the ground for Cherokee County. This time a 30-yard gain. That young man can flat out run the ball. Cherokee County huddle as we're in between the first and second quarter. Cherokee County would get the rest of the drive now. Griffith to Keyshawn Thomas. This is going to be a 35-yard touchdown play for the Warriors. They're going to be up 14-3. Cherokee County going into halftime. Oaks Bluff gets the ball to start the second half. Whitaker to Peppers. 15 yards and a first down. Whitaker now to Young. A 20-yard gain to pick up another first down. Oaks Bluff is trying to stay in this ball game. This field goal would not be enough, though. It would be wide. So they go back to offense, a little inside handoff action. Woods, 37 yards for Cherokee County, and he is picking them up and putting them down. More Oaks Bluff on the little huddle here. Coach Rob trying to draw up a play to stop this Cherokee County offense. Woods, though, he's going to take this handoff, make a couple of guys miss. He's going to be down all the way down at the 2-yard line is there in business again. But Oaks Bluff defense would stiffen, holding him to a 21-yard field goal. It's 17-3 now. Can Oaks Bluff stay in this? Whitaker hands off to Brenton Hale. He's going to take it all the way down to the 2-yard line. Whitaker's been great with the ball in his hand this year, and he's going to make that one count. Into the end zone, 17-10 now. Coach Rob's team is right in it. 8 minutes to go in the contest. Cherokee County has to punt, so Oaks Bluff has the ball. 4th down. Whitaker. Incomplete. Turns the ball over to Cherokee County, so it's still a 1-score game, but it won't be for very long. Woods this time 18 yards and a first. And this one would be the kicker. Woods for 59 yards into the end zone. Touchdown Cherokee County. That would put them up 24-10. Huge play and a huge win. 600 wins for Cherokee County. I understand, Coach Short, you caught up with a couple of Cherokee County players after the contest, right?
I did.
This is Coach Short with High School Football Alabama's After the Game here at Warrior Stadium tonight with the victorious Cherokee County Warriors. Tonight I have 2 players with me, and they're going to introduce themselves, tell us what class they're in. Thank you.
My name is Ben Mosley, class of 2026 tight end. Keyshawn Woods, class 2026 running back.
Guys, it can't be remiss tonight that program history was made tonight with 600 wins in the program. Has to mean a lot to you to be on the team that actually broke the 600 wins, but it also talks a lot about the history of Cherokee County. Give me a little idea what you think about being a part of that tonight.
Yeah, I would just like to thank God first for everything he's done for this program and the things he will continue doing. And it's a blessing, man, to have a program like this, a coaching staff like this, just a team in general like this, to help us get 600 wins, coach us Monday through Friday to come out here and prepare and put on for the people in the past. It really is a blessing. Yes, sir. Just going off what he said, it shows the history of this place. It's really strong. People's grandparents went here, parents went here, and it's just the family feel you get around here in tradition. It's amazing.
With the win tonight and Alexandria's win tonight, it sets up a winner-take-all as far as home field advantage in the playoffs. Got to mean a lot to you next week to be able to play that game versus Alexandria at Alexandria and Valley Cove Stadium.
Yes, sir. We should have a good week of preparation, and we should come in and should be a good fight next week. Just going to listen to what our coaches coach us to do, and then they put us in the right position to come out with a victory.
Well, I thank you guys for being here tonight and spending some time with us. This is Coach Short for High School Football Alabama's After the Game.
Coach, while we were watching that, you told me Keyshawn Woods had how many yards rushing tonight?
Their stat guy come by and said, "You know how many yards you got?" He said, "No, how many?" He said, 316.
It's a good night.
And that's what, look, he had probably an 18-yarder and a touchdown call back.
Mm-hmm.
He had several other, runs that he had called back. But at the end, I know what the score says, but at the end we see that last pass with the kid on 4th down.
Mm-hmm.
But they had the ball. Whitaker got them down to the 10. They had the ball with a minute and a half to go on the 10-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, man, we're looking at overtime. We may not get back to Anniston tonight. We're going to overtime.
As slow as y'all drive.
You didn't even hit a deer like I did.
It'd have been 3 a.m. before you
got could have. You never right. But, they were there on the 10-yard line, and on 1st down they had a holding penalty. And that's tough when you get a holding penalty. Now you're looking at 1st and 20 from the 20-yard line. But, props to Cherokee County. With all the penalties they had tonight, they still found a way to win, and that's what it counts. At the end of the day, it says W, and you win the football game. A bunch.
Like 15, 16, something like that?
There's a lot of penalties.
A lot of penalties.
When going all the way back to the 1980s, there has been no love lost between Cherokee County and Alexandria. Now we have Cherokee County and Alexandria, two top teams of the state of Alabama, and for a meeting at Lou Scales Stadium, Larry Ginn Field at Death Valley in Alexandria next Friday night with home field advantage in the state playoffs on the line. That's all we got to say.
Yep.
And all we got to say about our Emblem Credit Union Band of the Week is they were awesome tonight out at Glencoe, Wilson Darnell Field. The Glencoe High School Yellow Jacket Band performing. Michael Peterson is the director. They're up to 76 members now at Glencoe, and their theme this year is caustic. They had music from Britney Spears, from the Cranberries, and they have been to 2 competitions already this year. They got all superiors in both of those competitions. And on October 18th, that'll be next Saturday, they're headed north to Scottsboro. They'll be at Trammell Stadium, and they'll be performing in the Scottsboro Marching Festival up there as well. Great job tonight, checking them out on the sidelines at halftime tonight at Glencoe. Our Emblem Credit Union Band of the Week, the Glencoe High School Yellow Jacket Band. Great job by those young men and young ladies entertaining the crowd before a packed house at Glencoe tonight. Good to see the crowds back at Glencoe. That's what winning will do, and the band certainly helped being a part of that. Our Emblem Credit Union Band of the Week. When we come back, we've got more highlights and Team of the Week still to come.
We stand for Mother Nature, home sweet home. The best you, sunsets with friends, hustle, art that lasts, life's simple pleasures. Life has purpose when we stand for something. ATCU is now Emblem, a credit union that stands for excellence and community. But most of all, Emblem Credit Union stands for our members and what's important to them. We stand for you.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is the home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it for free refills throughout the year. And save every day with your Grub Mart Super Saver card. When you're on the go, it's good to know Grub Mart has everything you need. Gas, diesel, and delicious Oleo donuts. In business over 78 years, visit your local Grub Mart today.
The game-winning touchdown.
A goal line stand. The perfect catch. The perfect stop.
These are the moments that move you. But when a sports injury puts you on the sidelines, it's our job to get you moving again.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates is the longest-standing orthopedic practice in East Alabama, providing exceptional care to thousands of athletes.
Shaping the next generation of legends.
Dedicated.
Dedicated to what moves you.
Aniston Orthopedic Associates, 8 a.m. Saturday Sports Injury Clinic. Every football season Saturday, 701 Layton Avenue, 3rd floor, Tyler Center.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So, show off your colors and support your local school with the F&M Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
It's game time, and your home deserves a winning play.
At Ted's Floors and Beyond, we're your home renovation MVP. Scoring big with top quality cabinets, flooring, countertops, and tile.
Whether you're tackling a full remodel or just need new floors before kickoff, we've got unbeatable deals, including 0% interest for 12 months and free in-home estimates.
Don't fumble your dream home. Hustle in a Ted's today.
USA Softball of Alabama bringing you all of our scores tonight. All the scores that you see are brought to you by USA Softball of Alabama. Their season's underway. A lot of great information at their website, usasoftballofalabama.com. Their 2026 season, as we said, actually began the last day of August. And if you have an adult or youth team, you want to play softball, play in some of their great tournaments, a youth team or an adult team, contact Tracy Morgan at usasoftballofalabama.com. One more set of highlights to get to tonight. A huge game tonight, probably going to wind up being the region championship game, men, in Class 6A Region 8. Gadsden City and Fort Payne tonight at Titan Stadium.
The de facto region championship tonight at Titan Stadium between Gadsden City and Fort Payne. Both teams unbeaten in region play are in search of another championship. You know, one of these two teams have won the last 3 region crowns for this region, so it makes perfect sense. Let's go to the highlights to see what we could see tonight. As we get there, it's 24-10, and Fort Payne is on offense, and there's a little trickeration here. A little backwards pass to the running back, throw it back to the quarterback. Griggs is going to take this one. About a 20-yard pickup. It's going to set him up for a field goal, which is going to be good. Fort Payne is up now 27-10. Let's go to the half, and Gadsden City is going to force a fumble on the opening kickoff, which should be huge. But Fort Payne's defense drove them all the way back. They got nothing out of it, didn't even get a field goal. So Fort Payne's defense was strong tonight. That's one of the reasons why they win tonight, 30-17. Massive win for the Wildcats on the road.
Fort Payne wins it. Fort Payne kicking a field goal. That's a shocker.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, especially a long field goal. That's even a more shocker.
Pretty good at it.
We mentioned the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star Classic. Surprisingly, Fort Payne's kicker, Hayden Chambers, going to be the kicker for Alabama in that All-Star game. Big win for Fort Payne tonight. Probably going to wrap up, for all intents and purposes, the 6A Region 8 title. Now, well, speaking of 5A and 6A, let's go to our Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden Region rundown. 5A Region 4, Valley tonight. This is the big news. Central Clay won the region title. They're done. They've got it wrapped up. But Valley beat Elmore County tonight. That puts Valley in a great position to win home field advantage in the playoffs. And as you pointed out, Coach, Elmore County down at Eclectic has had a couple of really tough losses the last couple of weeks, albeit to what it's going to wind up being the 2 top teams in the region.
I was surprised at the score because the Elmore County Clay County game, Central Clay County game, came down to the last play of the game pretty much. when they beat Elmore County last week. So I was real surprised at that Valley score because Valley and Central Clay wasn't really that close.
Let's take a look now at 5A Region 6. Moody wins tonight. They're the only team left that really controls their own destiny there. They went out, they're going to win it. Jacksonville, St. Clair County. Been talking about that for a couple of weeks. That is going to be a monstrous game. Right now, that looks like another game where home field advantage in the playoffs, which is big, is going to be on the line. Saw those two playing 7-on-7 this summer. They had a game that came right down. It's 7-on-7, I understand that. But they had a game out at McClellan at night in July that came right down to the very end, last play, with St. Clair County beating Jackson. That's 7-on-7, but we'll see. They're two teams familiar with each other.
Coach Sullivan and his staff have done a great job because I remember when they played Alexandria early in the year, and I keep bringing it up, but it happened. All the players that they lost for the year, and they've just done a good job of coaching them up, and they're still playing. I mean, they may be hosting the first-round playoff game.
It's not just the players that lost to injury, but it's a lot of the new roster. I mean, there's a lot of kids that they graduated last year. The whole coaching staff is brand new, so to be in a situation where you're playing for home field this late in the season in the playoffs is pretty daggum impressive.
Exactly.
Jumping to 6A now. 6A Region 6 has been interesting. Next week, Oxford had an open date tonight. If you wonder why we haven't talked about Oxford, they didn't play. Oxford has to go to Clay Chalkville, who might be the best team in this state in any classification. They've already beaten Thompson. So Oxford's got a tough road ahead of them. Last night, it was Mountain Brook. They beat Pinson Valley last night. Likely, not saying it's going to happen, but still a lot of football to be played in this region. But we could very easily have a three-way tie for second between Oxford, Pell City, Mountain Brook. If that happens, Oxford beat Pell City beat Mountain Brook, Mountain beat Oxford. So we're going to go to non-regions, and in the non-regions, you start putting the points up there, Coach.
But you got to have the wins,
today.
right?
What's that?
You got to have the wins over the team to
That's
get
right.
the wins.
And
right?
Mountain Brook, that win, that 2-point conversion, that wild 2-point conversion to beat Homewood is going to give them a lot of points because Homewood's going to wind up winning 7, 8, 9 games. And so that's still a lot of football to be played, but that is kind of the likely scenario.
Who does Oxford have week 10? Who's their last non-region?
Florence, and Florence has only won a couple of games.
Ask about the
and then
next,
they lost
Helena's
the first
only
one.
one game.
And then they lost their first one.
Ask about Pell City, who they got left.
Who they got left, Coach?
Central Clay.
Central Clay and Southside.
And Southside.
And Southside.
But I'm Central Clay.
Yeah.
But they have to beat them.
They're not going to get
That's what I'm saying, yes.
Yeah, I don't think.
And Mountain Brook's got, Mountain Brook, Demopolis. They beat Demopolis. Demopolis has got 7 wins. So, again, we're speculating here. If it comes down to
assuming Oxford loses to Clay Chalkville, which is what people would expect.
That's right.
But Pell City
Oxford has had Clay Chalkville's number a few times here.
Well, that's why I said Pell City game would be huge for Central Clay. If they could win it, they'll get a lot of wins.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, that's the scenario that we're looking at. It looks like Mountain Brook, if we get into a 3-way tie, Mountain Brook looks like it's going to have the most points. Then we'll come back to head-to-head, and Oxford beat Pell City head-to-head. So you would have Oxford 3, Pell City 4, Mountain Brook 2, Clay Chalkville 1. That's just a scenario. We're not saying we know Oxford and Clay Chalkville still have to play next week and things like that. There's some other big games that have to happen, but that's...
Is that here or in Clay?
That'll be at Clay Chalkville.
At Clay Chalkville.
At Clay Chalkville next Friday night. 6A Region 8, we've already mentioned it, Fort Payne, certainly in the driver's seat. Gadsden City and Southside, again, Southside, though, lost tonight to Buckhorn. That was a tough loss for them. But Gadsden City, they're going to have to go into Barney Hood Stadium and beat Southside. They did not beat Southside last year. At home, they're going to have to go into Barney Hood Stadium and beat them. That's going to be a big game if Gadsden City wants to secure home field advantage in the playoffs.
Can you imagine the crowd?
Oh, wow.
That's going to be
It's going to be the biggest crowd. And that's saying a lot. It's going to be the biggest crowd they've ever had at Barney Hood Stadium at Southside. Wow. That's for sure. We come back. We're going to announce our Ted's Floors and Beyond Team of the Week in just a moment.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of Terry Howell, Danny Shears, Fred Wilson, Carolyn Henderson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. Beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums. Our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly support the arts. If you are considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
What does it mean to be a community bank? At Noble Bank and Trust, it means you're more than an account number, you're a valued member of our community. Whether it's checking, savings, a loan, mortgage, or line of credit, Noble Bank and Trust meets all your banking needs with exceptional technology customized just for you while making you feel right at home. Make the switch to Noble Bank and Trust, and we will make sure you're taken care of from beginning to end. Noble Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Judd Edwards for your personal price plan today.
Looking for top-tier tumbling and cheer in East Alabama? Cheehaw Cheer and Tumble has programs for every age and skill level. We offer small group tumbling, tot and preschool classes, and even custom training for school cheer teams. Planning a party? Let us host it. And our nationally recognized all-star teams train right here at home. Join the Cheehaw family, where confidence takes root and champions are made. Visit CheehawCheerandTumble.com today.
At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're showing off our school spirit with our newly designed vertical Spirit debit cards. Now these are customized with your favorite school's logo, and half of every Spirit card purchased goes toward your school. So show off your colors and support your local school with the F&M Spirit debit card. You can learn more at fnm.bank. Member FDIC.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
Farmers and Merchants Bank bringing you our Spirit Scholarship. Voting is underway for Faith Christian, Jacksonville, and Oxford right now, all the way through 12 noon next Friday. They have given away $33,000 in scholarships to local students just in the last 7 years. 5 locations to serve you: Piedmont, Anniston, Jacksonville, Oxford, and in Center. We are back on high school football. Alabama's After the Game, presented by the Calhoun County Commission. Time for our Ted's Fours and Beyond Team of the Week. Who's going to get that Awards to Remember Tough Guy trophy? Who's going to get those Ted's t-shirts? Who's going to get those Anniston Orthopedic Score shirts? Well, this is a team that was on the road tonight. They were on the road out of state, as a matter of fact, taking on a much larger school. And they went in trying to win a significant monumental game for their head coach. As a matter of fact, trying to win the 300th game for their head coach. They went to overtime, they battled, and they came away from the state of Georgia with a victory. Ladies and gentlemen, our Ted's Fours and Beyond Team of the Week, after a 35-28 overtime win over the Tryon Bulldogs out of the state of Georgia, is the Westbrook Christian Warriors. Congratulations to Coach Steve Smith on win number 300 and also on being our Ted's Fours and Beyond Team of the Week. We're coming to Westbrook Christian in Rainbow City with the trophy and the t-shirts next week. For Chad Barnett, Coach Michael Short, our entire hard-working After the Game team, we'll see you next Friday night at 10 o'clock.